Welcome along everybody to round 8 of the RS Championship, brought to you by LWR Design, DMJ Vroom Room, D.90, our streamer and commentator, myself, WPR Hotlap, who's doing the guides for this series. Round 8 takes us to Road Atlanta, a very fast flowing circuit, very tricky first section. Second section is pretty good for overtaking, but you have to be very careful as you do in all our overtakes in all our series. So, coming up to the line, you want to cut right into the right hand side if you're doing a qualifying lap and get over to the left for turn 1. Now the first section is very tricky, it's all about throttle control and not getting on the power too early because the car will try to get away from you, especially through the twisty bit. So let's get straight onto the lap, let's get into my view. Here we go. Across the line, stay over to the left hand side here and you're looking for the orange barrier there. That one is the one you're taking. Now I brake straight away, but I don't change down for a while till the car starts to settle. So you're going to change down to 4th and try to cut onto the curb on the inside here. So down to 4th now. Cut onto the curb if you can, get on the power, keep it nice and tight all the way over here for a straight line to this part. Now here is where you're going to be coming off the throttle and just starting to brake. And you want to try to do this in a straight line as best you can. Although, because if you turn to the left too much, the car will misbalance and it'll really put you wide for the entry to the right-hander. So what you want to do is try to brake in a straight line as much as you can, cut onto the curb, down to 3rd, and then carry about 80 miles an hour over the apex of this one. So there you go, about 80, straight on the power. Up onto the curb here to help the car turn, up onto 5th, and for this very tricky section, as you can see before you, you want to try and cut onto the first 2 curbs and then coming up to the last curb as you're going to see now, cut up onto this one. You want to try to brake in a straight line, as you can see I'm braking here. I think I go down to 3rd and power out in 3rd for this one, down to 3rd onto the curb, power out, use a bit of this curb but not too much, up to 4th. Now here we are looking at this dark patch on the tarmac. You'll see it coming from 200 metres away. And you want to try and brake in a straight line, carry about 80 miles an hour through the first part of this double right-hander. And then down to 3rd for the second part. So carry 80 odd mile an hour through there, onto this curb here, down to 3rd, down to 2nd, up to 3rd again. Get the car turned. Use all that curb if you need to. And power all the way out along here. Now when you're racing, this is ideal slipstream opportunity, so if you want to make a pass, I'd wait till this point because trying to get past in the first section is going to be very tough. Over to the right hand side, you're looking for the 200 board right here. That's what I'm braking all the way down. I think I go down to 2nd then straight up to 3rd, but this is going to be a heavy overtaking spot on this track, so be very wary what's around you here. So go down, down 2nd, up to 3rd, onto this curb, and use all the curb on the outside if you need to. Cut in here because your car will run wide, up onto 5th, and you want to get up onto this curb. As I was saying earlier, if you're starting a hot lap, you want to get right up onto this curb and let the car drift out to the left hand side. There's your lap, a 1:21.6, not bad, it was half a second better than my previous best. So we'll go out of car for another look at this glorious circuit. I do like Road Atlanta, very tricky though. Down to 4th now, cut in, get on the power. Could have been on the power a little bit earlier, but it cut me onto the curb. Brow of the hill, down to 3rd, cut onto this corner, straight on the power after you're off it. Up to 5th, use all the curbing if you need to. Straight line brake down to 3rd, carry the speed, get the car turned on 4. There's the patch you're looking for, down to 4th gear, cut right into here. Once again down to 2nd, get the car rotated up to 3rd, and then as soon as you're off the curb, try to get on the power, using all the curb on the exit. swing over to the left for ideal line, although if you're taking this shallower, if you're racing, you might want to brake a little bit earlier. There's the 200, braking a straight line. I'm still a little bit late on turning. I'm scrubbed a little bit too much speed, but that's okay. So possibly a 1:21.3 around here on if I got my ideal time. And there we have Road Atlanta for round 8. We will see you for the final round, round 9. I hope you enjoyed this one.